Hello everybody and welcome back to Pineal Gland Cystic Brain Tumor and Mental Health Awareness Campaign. My name is Lasha Barbosa. A big thank you to my husband who is filming this today. Thank you, baby. Today I'm going to talk about a tea that I find a lot of relief for myself when I use it, especially being the season of colds and flus. I thought I would share this with all of my viewers. And my cat, Oppenheimer, is going to help me make it today. Aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are so helpful. Thank you. All right, so first ingredient that I use is an unpasteurized honey. I buy an unpasteurized honey because I want the antibacterial effects that unpasteurized honey has. Now, the main ingredient in here for me is ginger and turmeric. This is a turmeric root. If you want, I will come closer so you can see it. So turmeric root, I'm going to reference my notes here. Turmeric root has a compound in it for medicinal purposes. This compound is called curcumin. Curcumin has been used in India for thousands of years for many different medicinal purposes. It has a neurotropic factor, which helps to improve our brain function. That is one of the amazing things about turmeric root. Curcumin boosts levels of a brain hormone. This brain hormone is called BDNF. It's called brain-derived neurotropic factor. BDNF in our brain is linked to Alzheimer's disease and depression. So increasing our turmeric root in our body, if we suffer from depression, it will help increase those levels. It is also stated that BDNF also helps increase growth of new cells in the brain. So it helps neurons fight degenerative diseases. Moving on to ginger. Our ginger root, and I will come closer too. Our ginger root is very important. It works hand in hand with our turmeric root. Ginger is obviously known to decrease nausea, morning time sickness if you've ever been pregnant, as well as chemotherapy nausea. It has many beneficial benefits. It is also known as an oxidative stress and chronic inflammation decreaser in the body. Oxidative stress and chronic inflammation in our body actually leads to increased aging processes. Our ginger root helps to decrease that process. Some studies say that antioxidants and bioactive compounds found in ginger root inhibit inflammatory responses in the brain. You guys can kind of see a trend here. Turmeric root and ginger help our brain function increase. It helps take away inflammation in the brain, which is why every day I try to have a cup of this tea. Now for the kicker. I also use cannabis flower. This cannabis flower, when made into a tea, is very good for chronic pain. Chronic pain is something many of us suffer from daily. When I smoke cannabis flower, my body actually becomes hypersensitive and my pain receptors increase. So I have started to make it into a tea. It takes about 30 to 90 minutes for a tea to take effect in the body because it goes through the digestive tract. The cannabinoids compound in cannabis, like THC and CBD, have pain-fighting properties. They will not take away the pain in our body, but what they will do is they will help our brain forget that the pain is there. Because cannabis is slow-acting but long-lasting in a tea form, it is particularly helpful for those of us who suffer from chronic pain. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to put together a wonderful cup of cannabis, turmeric, ginger, and honey green tea. So first off, I'm going to slice up some turmeric. I take the ends off. I cut about 1/4 off of my root. Not much, about a thumb size. This is enough for 1 cup of tea for me. Be ready to have your fingers turn orange. So I use my knife to cut off the peel. A friend of mine does use a spoon and she finds it very, very helpful. And she asked me why I don't use a spoon. I have a hard time gripping it. I find my hands hurt with my fibromyalgia. Maybe they cramp up more than most. So I found a knife to give me some relief. Then I will take a portion of my ginger root. Again, you don't need much. I take about a thumb-sized piece again. And I cut off the peel around it. By the end of this, we'll zoom into my fingers so you can see the nice bright orange and yellow. Then I cut my ginger and my turmeric root up into little pieces. I like them in little squares. I find it helps release the oil into the tea better. And again, same with the turmeric. And if you want to come here, in comparison to my hand, that is about as much turmeric and ginger root, nice fresh, that you need. Here are my fingers. So next is our cannabis flower. I do use my grinder to grind up the cannabis flower prior to putting it in the teapot. It does help release the oils in the cannabis. I use one nugget. Now this varies in potency, how long you let it steep, how much tea you're making. At this moment I have two kitchen electric tea kettles. One for my cannabis flower only because it is so oily that if I make any other tea in this teapot, it's going to taste like cannabis. My poor husband does not love the taste of cannabis. So we bought a secondary teapot. This secondary teapot is where I make the green tea or any other tea that I'm going to add in. The cannabis flower that I use is called Churchill. It's from Afria and it's a Canadian company. It is a 1-to-1 ratio of CBD and THC. I find a THC base for my body does not work well, and a high CBD does not work well. I need a 1-to-1 ratio. Everyone's body is different though, so please keep that in mind. If you respond better to THC high potencies or CBD high potencies, please just adjust your tea to your liking. This Churchill cannabis is nice because it's almost a little damp, and that allows, I find, more moisture buildup in the tea, which actually has been producing a lot more oil than a previous 1-to-1 ratio that I bought of cannabis flower through CanTrust in Canada. That one was very dry, and I found I had to steep it for a lot longer than I needed to steep this one. So I just open up my grinder, I make sure I pull out all of the flour inside the grinder, and this is what I produce. It's not much, it's about the equivalency of maybe half a teaspoon. And you can see it against my palm in comparison. So what I will do is I will turn on my electric tea kettle, and I'm just turning it on to a rapid boil. I want it to get super hot. I'm at around 96. I'm at about 96 degrees for this tea kettle to bring it to a nice rough boil, so when I throw in that cannabis flower, all those oils come out. My second tea kettle I have set with a certain amount of water, and when this has steeped, I will do my green tea. Okay, so we have gone a nice rapid boil in our tea kettle, and this is when I'm going to add my cannabis flower into the boiling water. So what I did was I programmed the boiling water to stay boiling at 96 degrees for the next hour. I want all that oil to come out of that flower. I want it to sink in. And what I put in here was just under 1 liter of water, 0.9 liters. This amount of tea will give me 4 cups of my cannabis tea throughout the whole day. On a regular day, I drink between 3 to 4 cups of this tea, and it's very helpful. I buy an organic ginger root over a Chinese ginger root. The reason I do that is because a Chinese ginger root at your local grocery store does not have much yellow color to it. It doesn't have a lot of oils, and it won't stain your fingers. If you buy an organic ginger root, while you're cutting it up or peeling it with a spoon, it will stain your fingers yellow. You will smell it, it is more potent, and the oils released will last longer. I don't have to throw it out after my first cup of tea because the flavor's gone and it's doing nothing. The medicinal purposes keep going, and I can refill that same cup of tea and use this ginger root and this turmeric maybe 2 or 3 times. I also want to point out that a lot of people don't like the texture of floating ginger and floating turmeric in their tea. I love it, I'll chew on it sometimes, and I've grown accustomed to the taste. It's like a fine wine. But if you don't like that, you can buy a cheesecloth, or you can go to David's Tea or any tea store that sells little tea bags that are not full. You can put your own tea, you can put your ginger root, you can put your cannabis flower in it, and you can steep it in a tea. Now, if you don't have an electric tea kettle like I do, I have also used in the past a pot. What I do is I get a small pot, I fill it with water to the equivalency of what I think I will need for my cannabis tea. I will place it on here until it becomes a nice full boil. Then I will take a steeper, maybe another cheesecloth, a metal steeper. I also have one here where you can put your tea, your cannabinoids, your turmeric, your ginger in it, put a top on it, and let it simmer in your teapot or your cup over an hour. This is another alternative that you can use if you don't have an electric tea kettle. Now it's time to make my green tea to cut with the cannabis so it doesn't taste so earthy. A lot of people like using green tea. I have just recently found jasmine green tea at Dave's Tea, and it is amazing. It's fantastic. There is nothing that makes me more relaxed and sleepy than this. I have a very difficult time sleeping. I have a hard time relaxing. And every time I inhale this, it automatically brings a sense of relaxation. I hope that you can discover jasmine tea too and give it a shot. It is a loose leaf kind. I use a teaspoon. I level out my teaspoon and I put it in my steeper. I wait for the water to come to a full boil. Then I put in my jasmine green tea for 2 to 3 minutes. It's not very long. I wait for my electric tea kettle to get to around 84 to 86 degrees Celsius. I have pre-programmed my tea kettle to that temperature so it doesn't burn my green tea. And now we wait. Alright, so my kettle's come to 84 degrees Celsius. I'm happy with that temperature. I put in my jasmine green tea, and then I set a timer on my oven for 3 minutes. Because if your brain's anything like mine, you will forget that 3 minutes has gone by and suddenly your jasmine green tea is red. So now we're going to add our turmeric and our ginger to the bottom of the cup. This is how I like it. I don't mind the texture and I don't mind it floating around in my tea. Again, if you do, you can use a cheesecloth or a tea satchel. I add my honey. Now I eyeball all of this because I've been making my tea for a while. But if you want specific measurements, half a teaspoon for your honey, half a teaspoon for your ginger, half a teaspoon for your turmeric root. My timer has gone off on my jasmine green tea, and I'm ready to add it in with my cannabis tea. If you have an electric tea kettle, I like to put it at the top here and let it drain out so that I get all of the flavor. And I shut the tea kettle off right away. If I let it sit and oxidize too much, my jasmine green tea becomes very dark in color. I have a spoon right here. And here is your lovely cup of turmeric, ginger, and cannabis honey green tea. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your lovely cannabis green tea. It tastes good, Oppie. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you may have noticed throughout my tea recipe, I was wearing this beautiful beanie. I made this beanie in support of my upcoming fundraiser to help supplement my brain surgery, as well as in support of the pineal gland cystic brain tumor mental health awareness campaign. They are made from cotton and nylon, so they are very soft, very comfortable, and very warm. They are fully animal cruelty free, 100% vegan, made with bamboo labels. If you like them, leave me a comment down below. If you want one, shoot me a comment down below, and I can mail them out to you as well. I want to stress and reiterate again that this tea is not only good for our health, but it improves brain function. It helps to get rid of inflammation in the brain, as well as many different ailments throughout our body. I highly recommend it, and I also recommend drinking a lot of water when you first start drinking this tea. It can be very detoxifying. I find 1 glass of this, 1 glass of water, is a good principle to live by. Thank you for joining me today. This is Lasha Barbosa with Pineal Gland Cystic Brain Tumors and Mental Health Awareness Campaign. I hope that this can bring you some relief in the future, and I look forward to hearing your comments. If you haven't subscribed to my videos, please do so by hitting the subscribe button down below. Maybe liking this video, give me the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And leave me some comments, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much, I love you guys. Have a wonderful winter.